Welcome to MSC TV. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope 2021 is kinder to everybody. And I'm kickstarting this new year with a preview. Guys, tomorrow at 4:30 we take on Manchester City at home in the Premier League. Now guys, as far as we all know, this game is still going ahead. It was looking in doubt like several days ago. Obviously, several players at Manchester City tested positive with COVID, and as far as we are aware, I'm sure the training facility also shut for some time as well. So this game is still going ahead as far as we know, but nothing's certain in the Premier League at the moment. Many games have been postponed over recent days, and it literally can be cancelled like a few hours until kick-off. So anything can happen, but as far as we know, it is still going ahead. Frank Lampard did his press conference yesterday at 1 o'clock, and nothing's been said yet, but it seems to be going ahead. But I am still doing this preview, but as I've said, and as you guys obviously know, some games are getting postponed, so this preview might even be irrelevant tomorrow if the game gets cancelled, but it doesn't look like it will as of the moment. But I am shocked. Like, it wasn't looking promising. Like, it genuinely looked like this game was going to be called off, so I am shocked that it is going ahead. But yeah, we'll take it. So yeah, so it's going to be very hard to predict what is going to happen in this game. Obviously, as I've said, Manchester City have had several players test positive with COVID, and obviously, like, the full squad might not be back. So, like, I guess it does put teams at a disadvantage. It's very difficult knowing how to see that, you know, because obviously Manchester City are at a disadvantage. They haven't had all the players in training, etc. Like, things aren't easy for them right now, so it is difficult. Obviously, our fixtures, well, our results of recent have just been very much up and down. You never know what's going to happen with Chelsea. We've been very unpredictable. We get draws, losses. You just never know what's going to happen. And honestly, I can't predict it for tomorrow. As I've said, it's not really like the usual Man City versus Chelsea game, is it? Because Manchester City are obviously at a disadvantage, of course. And then, like, yeah, it doesn't... I don't know. I honestly don't know what's going to happen. I really, really don't. I don't even want to predict. With all that being said, though, it is still Manchester City versus Chelsea. This is a big fixture. This is obviously a fixture all of us Chelsea fans really look forward to in the season. One we also get very nervous for as well, because we know how good Manchester City are. They're a very good team. So yeah, it's going to be difficult, and it's a big game, you know. There's a lot of pressure on Chelsea at the moment. Obviously, our results haven't been good enough. Our performances haven't been good enough, and there is a lot of pressure on the team, especially coming from the fans. Like, we want to see our team win, and that just hasn't been happening at the moment. We also haven't been seeing the performances and the determination from the players that we would like to, you know. So yes, there's a lot of pressure on Chelsea, and it is difficult. And as I said, my heart really does go out to Manchester City going into this game, because as I said, I do feel like they are at a disadvantage, but the Premier League isn't being stopped at the moment. There's no circuit breaker. It's all continuing, as the Premier League have said. They haven't had any talks about the Premier League stopping. So yeah, but I feel like that's a whole other discussion within itself, isn't it, really, if the Premier League should still be continuing or not. From a fan perspective, many fans will want it to continue. Obviously, safety comes first, but there's obviously testing system in place, etc. So it's very much different to the first lockdown in that sense, because the players are getting tested constantly. And yeah, like, from a mental health perspective, from a fan, you obviously want the football to continue. Like, that is kind of, it's not even really a selfish perspective. Like, I don't know, like, it's difficult. I don't want to sit here and selfishly say I want the football to continue, because obviously safety is first. That's the priority. But as a fan at the moment, going into like a third lockdown, it's really difficult, because like, football's one thing that I look forward to, and I'm sure many fans will agree as well. But yeah, that's a whole nother discussion. I will make a video on that shortly, depending on what happens and what discussions happen, etc. But yeah, the Premier League could stop at any point, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I feel like I've gone off on a bit of a tangent there, but it's very difficult, as I said. But from a fan's mental health perspective, like, we really want the football to continue if we can, and if it's safe to do so. I think that's how around what I was saying there, but yeah. Anyways, guys, let's go through Frank Lampard's press conference. So, as I said, he sat in front of the media yesterday at 1 o'clock, and he gave all his pre-match thoughts. The boss started off by saying, at the moment, Sunday's game is obviously on. He says there has been a couple of positive cases in the Chelsea camp, although not in the playing staff. Lampard said Hakim has trained the past 2 or 3 days, but no decision has yet been made on whether he will start on Sunday. Reece James is out of the game with a hamstring problem. Lampard reiterated safety and security have to be paramount in these tough times, and of course that is true, as I just said. He believes the Premier League and the clubs have done everything to make the environment as safe as possible, but that can't always be enough. So if football has to stop, it has to stop. And I agree. I'm sure everyone will be the same as well. Like, yeah, we obviously want football to continue as long as it's safe, you know. Lampard is confident in our team and knows we can beat anybody at the Bridge. He says we will have to be our best to win because of the strength of opposition. He doesn't see any weaknesses in the City side, but he knows if we are at our best, we can create some. Lampard finished by saying he isn't absolutely sure what the January transfer window holds for us. He notes we have a big squad, so we will see, but his focus remains on the players at the disposal and working to get the best out of them. So yes, that's what Frank Lampard said in his press conference yesterday. But yeah, just highlighting that point again, that obviously safety does come first, and this discussion is opening up because obviously case numbers are going up and it's very worrying times, you know. So yeah, I honestly don't know what will happen, but as of the moment, football's continuing, and I'm sure that will keep a lot of us fans going, you know, because it's very difficult times, and football's something we all look forward to every week. I certainly do. I look forward to watching all the games, you know, and it keeps me going. So yeah, guys, score prediction for tomorrow. I did say earlier on in the preview that it's hard to give a prediction for this game. Who knows what's going to happen, but I always will do a score prediction because I always do on my channel. So yeah, so I'm going to be really optimistic. Some of you guys are going to think, are you serious, Emma? But I'm going to say 2-1 Chelsea win. Fingers crossed. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Let me know down below all your pre-match thoughts, your score predictions and your predicted team lineup. Guys, I will be doing a review straight after the game tomorrow. I'll be bringing you my match thoughts. And obviously, if the game doesn't go ahead for any reason, obviously there won't be a review or whatever. But yeah, enjoy the game, guys, and enjoy the weekend of football, you know. There's some really good games on. Obviously, some have unfortunately been postponed. But yeah, come on you Blues, up the Chels. Thanks.